Hello Next Level Africa members. I welcome you to the project management page, and I'm going to show you how to put a project together from scratch. So we need to log into our account, and we now need to go into crowdfunding. Just click that and hit projects. Now all my projects are already set up, but your initial start would be to add project, and that would open a editor where you can start creating a project. Now we'll go into the editor here, which I'm already in there, and that's what will come up in front of you. It'll all be blank. There won't be anything in here or anything like that. So the first thing we need to do is create a project name, whether it's something to do with dog, cats, or I want to buy a car. Whatever it is, it must pertain to whatever subject you're going to be talking about. Okay. A project image. A project image must be put into the project. If you have no image, your account will be disqualified until rectified. Project management will see your project and they'll notice there's no image there, and you will get an email just to let you know that your website is not, your project has not passed some of the requests that are needed, and all you need to do is put up a project image. It's quite easy. You just click choose file and look for the image you've saved that you want to put up there, maybe from your desktop or a folder, and you just click that. Well, I'll click it, but I'm not going to pick a picture. You'll find your project picture here, and you'll upload it. Just open, it'll upload. Okay. YouTube video or any video site that you want to put up here is purely optional. You do not have to use a video. I've done quite a few projects and put videos up. I just feel like it's a lot more complete, but it's optional. Okay. Okay, this is where your project will start. All the wording. If you're not aware of how to use editors, don't be concerned with all these buttons and things up here. Okay. If you do know about editor and how to use it, that's great, but it's not always necessary. Okay. Now here you would write in whatever it is you're going to be talking about. Now there's an easy way of doing this, and it'll help you a lot. I'm going to go to a word site, and it's called wordcounter.net. Okay, you can actually start writing in here whatever it is you want to talk about. Okay, and as you notice at the top there, it's counting the words and characters. Don't worry about characters. All you're interested in the words. The words you're allowed to use in the project is 100 words to 500. If you're below 100, we will probably not allow your project. Within reason, if you had 97 words, that would be fine. If you had 50, that would become disqualified, and you would not be able to use it. Okay, so this is a great editor to start talking about your project and keep control of how many words are actually being created here. Okay, it's very fast and it's very good. Okay, once you've done that, you can copy all of that, go back to your editor, and I'll just stick that little bit in here, and right click and paste, and there's your project. Okay, so let me just take that out, so I don't want that in there. Okay, now let's go back to that word counter again. What I'm going to do, and this is for people who like me, I'm just as bad. May not be able to get my spelling and grammar correct. Okay, so let's say Mary had a little, and I spelt that wrong, lamb. Okay, so we've got two things wrong in there, so I'm going to copy that. And now we're going to go to another site called Grammarly. Okay, it's grammarly.com. Just stop the video if you want to check that site out again. You'll have to sign up for it. It is free, but it's great to test out your projects. What we'll do here, we're going to click New, and I'm going to Control C, Control V in this case, and Mary had a little lamb, and look what happens on the right hand side. It tells us immediately there's a problem. So I need to do a little drop down here, and I'm going to put little there, and that's changed to little, which we know is correct. Now we've got lamb spelt wrong. Okay, so we can do a little drop down there, lamb, and there we have it. We are grammatically speaking correctly. So Mary had a little lamb. And let's copy, go back to our project, and we can stick it back in there and paste. Mary had a little lamb. Okay. So I'm just get rid of that there. So two great tools to use to help your project. Word counter, count all those words up. And Mr. Grammarly here, he'll check how you've laid it out and whether it's done properly, spelt correctly, and grammarly speaking correctly. Okay. Now, you've now done the project name. You've put a project image up. You may have put a video link up, and you've now done your texting. Okay. That is fantastic. Okay. But now here comes some problems. Is your project legal? Okay. Now, when I say legal, are you copying images and text from other portions of websites or other authors' work? If that is the case, you are open to plagiarism or copyright. Now, if caught with copyright from somebody else's work, you could find yourself in court. Okay, now I don't want to scare you, all right, but the possibility is there. So let's just go through it. You're not going to get caught with a project name. That is fine. It's not a problem. A project image could be a problem. Never copy an image that has a watermark on it. Now, I've already seen projects where images got watermarks, and that's actually illegal. You cannot do that. The chances of being found out using an image is pretty hardly likely, because the internet cannot read an image. It can read its style, whether it's a ping or JPEG or JPG, but it cannot see that there's a cat on it, for example. Okay, so the chances of getting away with the image is okay, but I'm just letting you know that it is illegal unless you have the authority of the author of that image. YouTube video link is also copyright there too. You need to also check on the YouTube that there's what's called a commons license. In other words, that person has put the video up there under a common license that anybody can actually copy it. There are sometimes you'll see a note there, copyright or other words to that effect, and if you want to use that video, you'll have to contact that person to find out if you can use it and why you want to use it. Okay, don't just copy and paste things, because you will run into trouble, or can run into trouble. Okay. Obviously, copying words from a website can also put you in very big trouble. And this is the easiest to find, because on the internet and I've used it myself for one of my websites, tools available that can detect text that's been taken from a person's website or blog or whatever and copied elsewhere, and they can find you through your ISP, etc., etc. So a little bit of a warning there. If you're going to copy and paste, you're going to have a bit of a problem. Okay, chances of being found out, probably a lot more than the image. Okay, but I wouldn't get too scared about it, but I'm warning you. Let's just do something here. I'm just going to copy this because there is a way around it. Where there's a will, there's a way. So we'll just do a copy there, and we're going to go to what's called a free article spinner. Okay, it's also a free program, free article spinner. And what you do is you copy and paste your text in there. It's all there. Okay. And you have to put in a number here. Notice there's a number here. So 331. Okay, that should be it there. And then spin text. Now watch what happens. No, don't have to worry about that. Spin text. And there we go. Now, help protect endangered species is now changed to protect imperiled species. Perfect. Along with that, global warming, either by nature's way or created by ourselves. An unnatural weather change, either by nature's way or made independent from anyone else, is an open deliberation. Numerous will contend, however, while it's constantly. Now, some of it may not sound like sensical, okay, but that has already changed from the original and is not an exact copy of that. That will get you away and free from actual copying somebody else's work, which is absolutely brilliant. Now, I would suggest you copy that and go back to Grammarly. We'll take that out of there, and we'll paste and we'll have a look through here, and once again we've got some issues here which we can fix. You'll need to read through it, make sure it looks sensical. There's such a word, sensical. Okay. Species are dying in numbers so great that we are now in a position of danger in our own existence, blah 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 blah. It seems to me this is all very good. Hang on, my apologies, something's not quite right there. Let me just copy that again. Yeah. Paste. For some reason that's not changing over. Output text to Granger Word. Right click. Okay, I think I know what's wrong. I need to highlight it. There we go. Highlight that. Okay, now copy. And let's go back to Grammarly and new and paste. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, here we go, protect imperiled species. So have a look at it, see if it needs any changing so it makes sense. Obviously there's some word problems there. Species are biting the dust in numbers so awesome that we are currently in a position of imperiling our own presence on the planet. So this is all changed. This is no longer the original document. So once again, you can copy all of that and take it back into your crowdfunding and paste it in there, and you've got away scot-free. So you can copy from the internet, but use the word spinner so you're not exactly copying word for word. Okay, hope that helps. Okay, categories. Obviously mine's all about animals, so you just click this box here and a menu will come up and you can just check all the headings here to see which ones suit your project. So I've got animals, community and education. Don't make a whole list of where you think you might go. 3 or 4 max is fine. Okay, goal seeking. Be realistic here on what you're trying to raise for the project. We have seen some projects like 2 million, 3 million required. We really have to think whether it's realistic or not. You can always keep running a project year after year after year after raising money all the time. Obviously, if you're going to build a football stadium and you need a lot of money, you may want to find other means of raising that money besides this project, because you're only going to have 365 days a year, and for some reason mine's on 626, which I'll have to check later on, but you would put in there 365. So be realistic about your figures. You're not going to buy a car for £250,000 unless, well, I say 250, let's say $250,000, unless you're really rich. Okay, so that's the goal seeking, and you may just know something like that, and the days, and once you've done that, you're active, which is what your project will be at the time of start, and you click active, and then you'll update your project. And let's just make sure mine's all clear here and I haven't done anything wrong, and I'll update my project. And you can go here, project link, and there's project, there's my image, project name, category, the fund I'm looking for, shows me what people have funded already, how many days to go for the project, and it's all neatly laid out. I could close the spaces up here a little bit, and I have a video here for people to watch, and that is my project. Okay, that's below 500, well over 100, and all checked spelling wise and grammatically a-okay. And the only thing I would say here, when you're doing a project, just put a little message like please help them or please help by clicking on the green button, and you can put your a PayPal account, email or whatever the connection is to your PayPal. Under no circumstances do you make anything linkable in your project. You will be disqualified and be asked to take the link off. You can have it down here where it's copy and paste. You can copy and paste. Okay, if anybody comes along they can do that, but they cannot click on a link. This is for security reasons for Next Level Africa. Okay, all right. Now a good project laid out like this will get people to donate. If you have no image and you have here, I need to buy a limousine and I'd like it in white, that is not going to work. In fact, we wouldn't even allow the project. Okay, you need something that's going to attract the person, the viewer, who's going to look at something, loves rhino or elephants or whatever, and they're going to click this button here, and they're going to put their information in, and they're going to put the donation amount in here, and they're going to donate. Okay, so that pretty well sums up how to do a project. Sorry the video is a bit long, but it's necessary to make sure that everybody perfectly understands how to get a project together. There's been a lot of frustration on your part and actually on management as well, who has have to go through all of this to sort it all out. So we really appreciate if you take the time. If you're just coming into Next Level Africa, piggyback onto another project and work on your project. Later on you can always upload it, okay, but take the time to create your project. Remember, this is going across the internet, and there'll be a lot of people from all walks of life looking at your project, and you want to help the rhino. So try and do a good job, and you put your project through. We'll have a look at it and we'll say first time you're through. Okay, so enjoy making it. Welcome to Next Level Africa, and bye for now.